All right. Hello and welcome to our new episode of Community Dissection, where we pick a new community each week that we love or hate and talk about what we love or hate or what's missing or what's confused and dissect it to pieces. My name is Bri Leever. I work with Ember and I'm joined with Victoria and Derek. You guys want to say hello?
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
So you can read more about our profiles in the bio, but we're going to dive right in. So today we are looking at Sephora Beauty Insiders. And this is one that was, I think Jeremy commented with this one on LinkedIn when I originally asked, like, what communities do you want to see dissected? And I'm so glad he brought this one up because I've heard about it as like kind of a case study that people throw out as like successful brands that have leveraged community. And so I'm really excited to do this deep dive. So to give you all an overview, we have two parts to this episode. We're going to start with just looking at the basic landing pages. So when I Googled Beauty Insiders, this is the page it brought me to. And actually, oh wait, let's look here. Is that what happened? Oh, okay. Probably changed because now I'm logged in. So originally it was, so it has me logged in right now. When I wasn't logged in, this banner had like a little join button right at the top, which I liked, but it was black and it kind of actually blended in with this background.
Yeah.
So it was actually, I was scrolling down to find it and I couldn't. And so I like scrolled back up and eventually found it. But now it has my profile. So this landing page must switch over to my profile once I've joined and show clearly strong loyalty loyalty program vibes. This was the main thing in the first landing page. So like it's like the landing page and it brings you like all of this was missing.
Right.
But it showed me Beauty Insider benefits. So it was interesting. I'll reserve my judgment on this chart, but because we're not diving in yet to like what's right, missing, or confused. But I just want to show you guys. I'll just scroll through what they show. So this is like the information about what Beauty Insiders is.
Yeah.
And then there's a button to join now up here, which I clicked. After that, it took me to, okay, this is the same thing. There was a button for, is it on here? Yes. Okay.
It's hard to find. Okay.
So this, yeah, so it took me to this page then. So I've got like all of these kind of loyalty earnings, rewards, points, like so many different things. And then I found this little, and then this is the little, I was like, aha, there is a community. So I clicked into this and let's see where it takes us.
All right, new page. I at least prefer that. Not community, can't even find it. Great.
I know, right? Like the yeah, it's happened before. Okay. So maybe it's just having a
It's just loading.
weird. It took me over to my profile, but I'd like for it to take me. Let's just start here. This will be the last page we go through, and then I'll ask you what you think the purpose is of this community. Oh yeah, okay, so that one, and then so there's two different ones. I just want to show you because there's community.sephora.com, but then there is sephora.com/community. And when I joined, it took me, let me make sure. Yes. When I joined, it took me to this landing page. So I like how it's much simpler and like my eye just really quickly is like, oh, one of these four things. Yeah. And then so this seems to be their like onboarding page. But then when I clicked on community, this is like your community, it seems like dashboard kind of thing. So with just that info, what do you think what do you think it's for and who do you think it's for?
Derek?
Yeah, I'd say that it seems like this is obviously for Sephora customers, and it's let's see. I mean, I feel like a big part of being an insider is just being able to rack up rewards and points though. So, like I get the sense that when I first got to that page to learn more about what it means to be an insider, like the number one thing was like, okay, like if I buy more things from Sephora and I support the brand, then I will be rewarded accordingly. So yeah, that's and like I feel like this chart or this chart here or this table like really is just trying to lay out what the benefits and rewards are for this. So I get the sense that it's like fairly transactional in a lot of ways. That's just how I feel when I'm on this page right now. Which makes sense too, like for a brand like Sephora, I guess, in a lot of ways. But yeah, that's the feeling that I get when I'm just like looking at this table right now. Just like boxes checked and all of that.
Yep. Yep. I would completely agree. And well, okay, Vic, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, the only real differential I was going to add is that if you go back to the nice looking page, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it's just for women, so that is of interest to me. There's like one man there, but it looks like he's on the sales team, so I can't really tell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, we're just in this world that looks different now, and a lot of people wear makeup, so that is of interest. Because if you scroll down like lightly, there's two other, so like the majority of these include people, and it's not really that much that I even see of myself in there. So, that was actually the first thing that I noticed. And if it is certainly transactional. I mean, that's kind of, I think, what is the purpose really. It's for those customers that either want to be loyal and get stuff for buying more stuff, or brand new customers that can be incentivized by the words reward, points, and no one really knows what those mean, and do you ever really know how to use them? Uncertain, but they're there, so it may make me sign up for that. So
Yep. I completely agree. One, lacking in inclusivity, who it's for. It's a little bit like, okay, more like binary folks who like fall into a mainstream category.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
if you're looking at just even the pictures here, which is like for such a large brand, a little bit surprising, to be honest.
That's why I think it stood out. Like all those little dots at the top left and right, those could just be people. It's just an easy win.
Yep. Oh, nope, go back.
One question I had too was, well, obviously my girlfriend goes to Sephora a lot and I know about Sephora, but does Sephora carry like products for men?
Let's get into the conversation about what products for men are. But I mean, overall, yes, I believe so. I don't shop for makeup, so I don't know, but I know, like, I'm from New York. There's a large drag pop proportion of the community. So like, if you're getting dressed, dressing up, dressing out, being out, you would go to Sephora or Ulta.
Yeah.
That's a question I had when I'm looking at this page, and it's to like Vic's point about the lack of inclusivity and the feel of this page. So yeah, I'm just like, do I have a place at Sephora?
Well, and it's so funny because I think makeup is in general just a part of this, like a little bit of a fantasy world, right? Where you get to like become someone else. And what you're going to see here in the community is that's exactly what people are posting, like really done up, really fantastical, like really just like over the top, done up. And I don't get any of that sense. Like this is just like, okay.
It looks like prom.
It's like prom. It's just
16. Like, yeah.
Maybe it's like, I don't know. I guess what that tells me is that on the one hand, I'm like, I would envision that the community would be targeting the super fans of makeup, like the people who like the drag queens, the like,
cosplay.
Totally. like you would kind of think that that would be the super fan of the makeup world, but here it's like they're very much targeting just sort of like your everyday makeup routine, which maybe is the play, but I feel like there's a lot of ways that they could make it stronger. And the other thing I wanted to call out was I definitely agree with the transactional relationship here of like, you do this, you get this. This chart is so confusing to me.
Me
So
too.
it's like insiders get this and VIBs also get this and but then you get this more, maybe. It was just like this whole, if you go all the way down, like all of them are basically the same except for like
Two or
like
three things. Well,
there's
one
just very
thing.
few there's just very few that like then I guess now it's like, okay, you get more exclusive perks. I was very confused about it because also in this like, so I'm in my profile right now and I can click into each of these,
Oh,
but not all of them. So like exclusive perks
what are
doesn't.
they?
I'm like, what's an exclusive perk? What's
Okay.
a rogue okay, rogue reward just for rogue people. I'm not that. Okay.
That's the only one that's different though. That
Yeah.
one is the only
Yes.
one that is the differentiator. Why are they
Yeah. So
scrolling?
I would love just like a summary or like even just like a testimony from someone who's a rogue, someone
Mhm.
who's a VIB, someone who's an insider that just like shows me a quick like life snapshot versus like do not throw me a chart in the first landing page, people. Come on. Like no one's going to read through that or understand it. So I did not think that was compelling and I was just shocked with how like rudimentary and transactional it was. I mean, maybe it's like super enticing for like the coupon moms with their binders, but I didn't think it was on brand.
Yeah, I feel like, if you're joining something like this for Sephora, you probably assume that there is already some level of like a transactional feel to a program like this, but then you go to this page and you're like kind of confirmed that it's transactional. And then and so it doesn't create like the feelings of community that you want to be kind of like invoking, right? Like right from the get-go, so
Yeah.
that's a feeling that I get here. And I feel like they should not have this on the first page. I feel like this should be like maybe later on or introduce it at some point, like after someone gets a feel of like the beauty of the community and
Yes.
all that first, and then go into something like this. So yeah, just something that I'm thinking about, like just being on this page.
Yep. 100%. And this community little icon, there was no part when I like Googled Sephora Beauty Insider, it like took me right to this landing page with this chart. There was nothing about the community. It wasn't even until I joined that this little tiny icon that's like, oh, by the way, we have a community.
The middle
Which
of the page.
I think this is where like the vast majority of the value is going to come from this experience. So like when you're in community with other people who are using Sephora, who are talking about the products, like that is going to get me to buy more product, way more than knowing like if I spend $10, I'll get $1 back. Like that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't hurt necessarily, but the community is such a more powerful. So, okay, I kind of want to dive in, but any final remarks on like the first initial experience here?
I just had one other thing I wanted to add to that transactional situation is that at first glance, which let's face it, people are glancing, it's confusing that this is savings of how much you spend as opposed to I have to pay to be a beauty insider. It's actually it's like formatted in the same way, showing you when you pay this much, you get this. So it's like if it could be reworked somehow, it might be way better, but this doesn't make visual sense. And I would probably scroll past it and think they're
If
trying to
you
get something from me as opposed to you're giving me some benefit that I don't even, where even is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like to your point, Big, like it's make it like I think Sephora needs to make it easy for people to like get this right away, right? Like we're thinking about this and we like still I still wrapping my head around this this table in so many ways. And I'm just like, and that's taking me like 5-10 minutes already. I'm like, make it easy for, you know, the person to understand this program like immediately. And
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Right. And when I first joined and saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get free stuff, maybe sort of if I do certain things. Okay, great. I'm gonna join. So it's like, just say that, like, just say when you do certain things, we'll give you certain perks.
Yes, big letters.
And like, just give some real examples because it doesn't even give me, it's just so silly. Okay. Well, let's keep going here. So, I do want to, well, I don't want to get too far down. Let's go over the community. I'm gonna like pause on the loyalty stuff here for a second, and we're gonna focus on the community. So when I was in here, I went right over, let's go to conversations and just see. Oh, actually, before we dive into that, I will share the onboarding email that I got. Can open that up. And I did think it was really cute and branded. I didn't go into depth on it, so would love to do that with you all. But definitely felt thoughtful. Okay. Okay. Welcome to Sephora. Okay. We're trying with the animated people.
Yeah, those polka dots are not doing it for me on any of these pages, but yeah. Okay, yay.
So funny. Enjoy the perks of your beauty insider status. Always. Annual birthday gift, seasonal savings, redeem points for cash, shop our picks for you, beauty on demand, sign up for text updates. Wow, there's nothing about the community in here. In the original, like it definitely is just a loyalty program, but I just feel like they're missing a huge opportunity to get me plugged into the community right away.
That's 100%, which just shows they're not community led. Community is secondary. However, on the quick glance of how many people are in that community, it's immense. It seems like a huge gap that they're missing to not put some focus on this.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
So
and then at the end of the email, all the way at the bottom, there's the line that they keep, I keep seeing on a, I thought I saw it on another page, but we belong to something beautiful. Take advantage of that, like
with inclusivity.
Yeah, you know, embody that in some way, you know, like that's a very powerful statement, right? We belong to something beautiful. All right, like Sephora, how do we like do more things that show that that's actually something that is like lived in the community or lives in the brand, right? So you know, that just being this, after all the stuff that was in the email and then going down to this statement right now feels empty to me. And I know that, you know, it's not too deep in some ways, but maybe it is for some people though, you know, like the things that they offer and their products and all of that, like it could be very meaningful to people. So it's like, this right now feels pretty empty because they haven't really plugged the community, you know, in this email. So
yeah,
I really want to say something that's coming up for me with that statement in Derek, your honesty with like, you know, it's not very deep. I don't really know. It's makeup. I get it. Me too. I don't wear makeup. Like I'm not part of that group of people. However, I imagine we all know people in our lives that had their lives significantly changed for the better due to what makeup can provide to them. So there are those that have had abysmal acne most of their lives and they were able to feel beautiful. There are those that just do cosplay or drag or whatever, and they do it for fun to feel beautiful. There are those that maybe they're going into a job interview and they have to cover up their tattoos, like me, right? That was me my whole adult life. Like there are all these other views of how makeup can adjust someone's perspective of themselves, that it's like, that is such an immense arena to fill in, right? If you have We Belong to Something Beautiful, take a look, right? Sephora in the wild. I mean, this is not difficult stuff to imagine, but it is when I guess the community isn't your priority. right? Like the three of us here could sit in the course of 15 minutes, probably find a ton of ideas that could share this, even if we're not wearing makeup. We don't wear makeup in our day to day. We wouldn't be in this community ourselves, but we can see where it could fill some serious gaps for people in their day to day. And so I just wanted to say that, because I'm not usually like a DI, right? But in this particular moment, it's like, it's such low hanging fruit. It's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes.
You gotta be doing it.
Oh my God.
Such a good point. Like that's an opportunity for them to really, like, there's some feelings here, and there's some stories that can be told here.
Yes.
And that's such a good point, and huge opportunity for them. So yeah.
Okay, well, with that, let's dive into more of what is happening in the community, because I was looking around. So it seems like we've got featured photos. So there's a whole gallery where people can share photos, like incredible.
I love that's at the top. It should be at the top.
There's trending groups. So you can join a group, and there's discussion. Then there's like, so there seems to be this feed of posts as well as quick links. This is so funny. So what's interesting is that there's definitely like help forum-y aspects of these like posts, and like people who pop on, my item is missing, I need refund or reshipment, which I could go back and forth on like the value of having that in a community space like this. I think it like brings down the energy. Like, this is our first time popping into like best hair ever, and it's like, I need a
where's
refund.
my stuff?
Where's my stuff? I'm like, ugh. I don't want to like read through help forum posts, but this one was really cool. So okay, I want to show this post I saw yesterday. I was one of the lucky ones to purchase the Virtue set that came back in stock. I was wondering if you have any tips on using it. And then like, look at this, like super thoughtful post. And I can see up here, Sienna, Rogue.
Click Go Getter. Oh, damn.
And the Go Getter level. I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, so they've got this fun, and actually let me go back over here, because I found a profile that was a good example of like, so it seems like there's the status, which we saw from the beginning on that table. There's Insider, VIP, and Rogue based on how much money you spend at Sephora annually.
Yeah.
Then there's these other tags. So there's the newcomer tag, the go-getter tag, and I also saw an ambassador tag. So that must be like a whole separate program. Oh, and so this one's a Sephora Pro artist. So they have here the gamification. They have followers, following, posts, groups, number of groups you're in, photos you've posted. Can send them a direct
she works
message.
at Sephora. So she does makeup at Sephora. I think that's probably what that means.
Oh, she works at Sephora, you think?
I would imagine either she works at Sephora, or she like only uses Sephora products and is like a makeup artist or something.
Okay. Some sort of, I was like, okay,
that's what I would think.
Yeah, that could be true. I think that's not an unfair assumption. Let's see. This one is a go-getter, insider. Maybe
this feels like a regular person that maybe isn't a makeup artist, but like
3.1 thousand posts.
One thing I was thinking about, Bri, remember last week when we were on certain Lego like member profiles, and they had all of the socials there, like
yes,
for it to add social links here so that Sephora can help build these people's platforms outside of their profile here, right? So that's something I wanted to call out as an opportunity here as well.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
Super easy.
I definitely think that's an element that's missing. So
I like this page of like a person's profile. I do like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, it's really sophisticated to bring in all of their activity into one page. Like, as a company, to be able to, like, I'm sure they have systems where they're just gathering so much data here, like your super fans, your VIPs, it would all just funnel to the top so easily, and like super data driven. So I love that. That's really fun. Let me see if there's more. Okay, were there other places that you all wanted me to click into
I
from
wanted to
this?
see how many groups there are.
Hmm.
Feels like a lot. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Oh, good Lord.
This was cool. Age Defiers. Wrinkle Warriors Unite. Love it.
And who
I do
makes-
love that,
Men-
but I gotta be honest, I may not scroll this friggin' far.
Yeah.
True. It would be really nice. Men Who Wear
God,
Makeup. There we go.
There we are.
It would be awesome if, like, in the onboarding, there was a little bit of an intake that said, like, what draws you to the community? Or, like, how do you identify? Because then right away on that, like, main dashboard, you could have recommended groups for you. Like, you
Yep.
identified as a male, so here's Men Who Wear Makeup or whatever.
That's a great insight and tip. Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be the only way I could get behind this many groups, is if you had a way to source which ones I should go into.
Yeah, make it easier for me. Okay, so clearly there's some, like, male activity happening here. So
But what is still interesting is, like, just click into any other group, just to anyone. I don't even care.
oh,
I'm just oh yeah, join it. That's fine. I'm just looking at the replies and, like, the engagement. It's just pretty piss poor. Besides
yeah.
one person's great response. Okay, well, lips must be the spot then. Because the other ones we were going into, I just was like, wait, is there a community manager here? Like, actually,
Hmm.
is there one? Or this is such an excellent opportunity for a few moderators, like part-time moderators, to be tagging people, like, okay,
Yeah.
but this one has some serious replies. So that would be of interest. Like, maybe your most engaged groups should be those first few groups on the forum page.
Yeah.
Join these first few to get things going.
Yes. Yep. To get kind of warmed up.
I saw the-
Yeah, because
I saw the original post for this message, and it was from, like, I think 3 years ago.
Oh, well, that.
oh,
the
seriously?
replies- But the replies have come in up until, like, today.
Now. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, to your point, Vic, how do they highlight this more?
How do they highlight this?
Like, do something, because, like, this is obviously a very engaging conversation if it's still going on after 3 years from the original post.
Medium
Weird.
hanging fruit. Community talks to marketing and says, hey, link these 3 conversational threads that are popping this month in our newsletter.
Yeah.
Join the conversation. There should be a new bracket in the newsletter. Join the conversation here. I mean,
Oh, I love that.
And then maybe this becomes its own group or something, or like, if this conversation's going on like this, I'm like, okay, like, does this deserve its own group by, like, separately from this group? I don't, like, just thinking out loud now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where, like, you could get new group development is from within existing groups that kind of niche off into their own topic.
Yeah.
I love the unanswered posts, because if I'm a person that loves badges, right? Like, I would be motivated to be answering as many people as possible, like Cora.
Yes. Yes. Right there. That was on the right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I clicked into this one. This is okay. So this is interesting. I have talked about our huge lipstick collections. I took stock of mine. Okay. I'm going to wear a different lipstick. So this is just, oh
geez.
Oh my God.
Wow, this is some serious fandom.
No
But
way.
33,000 replies. I mean, at the end of the day, this post probably took 30 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, if you're in community, you want to see engagement like this. And in this community, it is not being bolstered. This is such a big opportunity.
Oh, cool. Okay, I love that people can, like, just feel the freedom and liberty to, like, post a challenge like this, because this just seems like no connection. She doesn't work for Sephora. She's just a member.
Yeah.
Super cool. I love that.
I mean, when it works, right?
So Yeah, okay. Well, the one other thing I would say is like about the onboarding experience, like you do just sort of get thrown into the stream of consciousness of like 5 million people
Right, right.
and their like relationship to makeup. So
Yep.
I think like clearly this is really product centric. I would say that this is like a community. I'm a little bit like it maybe came out of marketing because of the loyalty program. Like I'm curious if like the Beauty Insider program came first
Marketing.
and then community happened, or if the community came first and then they layered on the loyalty program. No, you think it's from marketing?
Yeah, this gives me that whole feel. It's not a bad thing. I don't have anything against marketing, right? It's just like clearly there's not a community person here. Or if there is, sorry. I understand that you're overtaken by the marketing team.
Oh my gosh. Truly, I wish there was a little bit more of an onboarding experience and a little bit more like actual community, like relationship fostering. Like there's clearly this really high affinity for makeup that is the strongest connection. That's what everybody is connecting on. But I want to know a little bit more of the stories of like, what does makeup like do for you? Like what
Yeah, me
does
too.
like what does wearing makeup like empower you to do? And maybe that's just somewhere like buried here and we haven't found it yet, but I think that's like so important that it shouldn't be buried if they do have it already.
Yeah. What? These are just people?
I think these are just like all of the okay, so it pulls all of the photos that were posted in different groups into one place.
Yeah,
Okay.
this should be prioritized more as well because I am seeing all the people I wanted to see on that first community page, which I would not know are in the community. I also wouldn't know that the community is like a million plus people. So,
Crazy. Let's go back to groups.
on a side aesthetic point, I am not mad that this is like just a straight up forum situation.
Mm.
I I like that they went with like, let's just keep it simple and get people to like share a post, respond, get an answer, and keep it chucking.
97,000 online.
Nearly 100,000 people online right now. You got to be kidding me. Like, can we have an Instagram live? Can we have a Twitter space? Let's talk about something that's happening right now. What are y'all all talking about right now on here? Oh my God.
Wait, let's go back. Okay, wait. I want to find where did that go? Because there was something with events.
Right. That was on that first page. Yeah, right. So you always have to come back here to like find what you're looking for. I'm never gonna do that.
Like why is events not
Yeah, it's not up there. That's right.
Well, let's see. Let's see if they
That
have
means it's a separate page.
Oh, it's in a group. Ew.
Nobody would know that ever.
Gross. No one would know that. That needs a much bigger. Yeah, like tutorials on like how to like gosh, this is just
yeah.
Okay, wait. No, this is just a forum talking about events.
So members kind of just like maybe do their own events or something, or like run their own events.
Virtual masterclass thread. Let's just ambassador curated. Okay, so there's some sort of community ambassador. Interesting. So maybe that's some sort of like leadership recognition within the community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every month, nobody will never know that. Okay. I didn't think last month I was able to sign up through IG. Okay, so everybody's not getting everything from this place.
So this is just like, okay, so.
Oh, Jonathan. L. See, that's what I want to see. Like, of course. Jonathan's a cultural icon. Okay, like, yes, got it.
Okay, wait. Okay, got it. So these are like Sephora events that are not, I guess they just sort of tacked it. This post in the group is just like a little post like, hey, we have events going on through Sephora, which makes sense. I think, so these are like Sephora-led events. I would love to see, like, there's got to be in this group of 100,000 people who are online at this very moment, people who are like, oh, like, I loved what you posted. Like, can you do a quick like live of how you did that. Like, and if you're not facilitating that in your community, they're going to go to other platforms.
Yep.
Like they're going to go to their own Instagram, Facebook. So why not foster all of that connection and goodness right here in your community? I think their tool, whatever they're using, whatever platform they're using is like really limited, it seems like, or they haven't leveraged. I mean, I just find it hard to believe there's no like event feature.
I am sure, I'm sorry, I'm just so this like realistic / pessimistic person. I just feel like engineering team is not prioritizing these set of pages because prioritized is the store. So they have to prioritize all the other ones first before they come here. And I'm sure that this platform or whatever they're using, it's embedded so like they can customize it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so easy to add another tab that says events, and it'd be a calendar.
Yeah.
And then you can RSVP through the calendar. Like, why would I go to a group to go to an event? I would never know their events.
Right.
If you have right next to gallery, events, like, hello, now we have a whole thing going.
Yeah. 100%.
Small tweaks, really. I mean, I'm not talking about massive stuff here, I feel like.
Right.
That event page was, I thought it was really like a quality event page. I thought it was pretty sleek. I thought, like, I like the design of this page. So it's like,
how do I get here?
Yeah. Like, why do I have to go to another tab and come here and then like RSVP, like, and all that? Like, why can't, like you said, Vic, like put this, have a calendar view, RSVP directly there and on the same page, and then just like do what you need to do there, and have all and have this like great design on that page too. Like, why do I have to click a few different places to get here?
Yeah, it's way too much work. It's way too much work. I'm just shocked. And then it's like for Beauty Insider point rewards. So actually, what does that mean? Like, is this event only for people that are at this amount of rewards, or do I achieve these rewards by attending this event? Like, the page is beautiful. It is not easy though to understand what the event, like, what do I need to have to be able to get into this event? Do I have to have something? I don't get it.
Registration closed. Let's see if we can just.
They're all closed.
Yeah, and these are all really like product-led events, it seems like. These are like from brands who, okay, wow, they even closed.
That's still fine. I mean, they're
all of the registrations are closed.
They're all closed. They're all, that's 26. Okay, that was the other day. So, okay.
But I just, like, on the community side, I love, even if it was like member-led events, and if it was like anyone who's hit community ambassador status has the ability to like host an event or a tutorial or like a live discussion or whatever type of event they want to line up. I feel like that would be, and then at these events, I think they should say, I hope that, I doubt that they're not, but I would hope that they would say, hey, if you want to continue the discussion about this product, pop on over to our community. Here's a thread. Here's a post where we've started this discussion, and
there's a hashtag we're using.
Jonathan will be there. Yeah.
When you look at this, you're like, oh, they closed the door on us.
Yeah.
Classic makeup industry.
Yeah. I don't fit in. Great. Not all that. Can you click Sporty Girl's profile? Because she's an ambassador. I want to see what what's that about? If there's anything on her profile that
that is something that's missing, is like all these little, I don't know if Derek, you remember the Lego ideas. I loved how they had, when you hovered over the status, it would tell you exactly how they got that. Nothing infuriates me more than rewards or status programs that don't give you clear and transparent standards for how people got there. Because otherwise I'm like, I want to be an ambassador. How do I do that? I
need to have a certain, because she's got a lot of posts.
Yeah.
So is it based upon posts? You have to apply. Is it, I don't know.
Reviews. Yeah, you don't know. It's just like, okay, there's a certain quantity here, but how do I could message her and be like, how do you become an ambassador?
That's like the 10th step they've asked me to do now to find information in my first hour of figuring this out. Like, I just clicked to be in the community, to be in this loyalty program. I am harried and frenetic and frustrated at this point, and I no longer want to be part of it.
Which clearly, like, clearly this status means something
Yeah.
significant because she has it here in her profile. She has it here in her cover image. So it's like she is proud to be and she's still only an insider. So she's not spending over $350 a year at Sephora, but she
Right.
clearly has like a ton of engagement and involvement in the community.
It's
Wow.
like we wanted to join the community, and now we have homework to do.
I'm out. I'm out. Please, no. I'm not interested in this kind of homework. You're bugging.
Homework is triggering in a lot.
Yes. I'm triggered.
I'm triggered by having, I feel like I gotta do homework right now after this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, overall, super interesting to dive in and see this whole other world that exists in Sephora. Do you guys have any closing remarks, opinions, things you'd like to see?
I'll close with all the tweaks that need to be made are truly low-hanging fruit and can be done in a company-wide hackathon week and honestly call it a day. I mean, it doesn't have to be as complex as I'm sure hierarchical corporate teams make it out to be. It could just get done. That's why I'll close there.
Oh, here's an introduce yourself. Sorry.
Oh, no. All the way on the right. No one's looking there. Who knew?
There we go. Okay. Derek, any final thoughts on your end?
No, I agree with Vic, and I think it's like very low hanging fruit right now. There's definitely opportunities that hopefully aren't too resource intensive to really make this feel a lot more community driven. I think like if I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of someone who would want to be a part of a Sephora community, like the things I'm looking for are like inspiration, right? Looks that I want to try, or to be around people who are like doing cool looks and to learn from them, and just to like have people to like inspire me and for me to inspire others too. So like that's a huge part of why I feel like I would join this, and finding ways to highlight that in this first page in as many ways as possible would just be a huge win for them. So those are kind of like my closing thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'll build off of that thought. I think anytime I'm thinking about community, I think about the 3 pillars: events, conversation, and content. And so I think they're missing out on events here. I think conversation is hopping, but there could maybe be some help differentiating what conversation needs to become like long living content to answer people's questions. And then I like to consider those 3 pillars, how each of those is helping people, and you said it, Derek, get started, get help, and get inspired. And right now it just seems like you're kind of thrown into groups and like it's a very conversation heavy space, which I don't think is necessarily bad, but I think there's a lot of other ways that they can kind of diversify the programming in the community and help people solve their problems and get inspiration a little bit easier than is currently happening. But clearly they're on the right track. Clearly people are engaging and there's a ton of people in this community. So I think they have a great start, but there's, like you said, Vic, low hanging fruit that could be implemented without too much effort.
Yeah, totally. Like here, like it's cool that they have like, for most communities, you want to see people and faces, right? Like, and I feel like for Sephora, you want to see that even more, right? Because of the products that they sell. So it's like, how do you get more of these pictures of people? Like, just make this page completely full of that. I think cool.
And actually one more point to Derek's earlier about like inspiration and so on. I thought about like identifiers. Oh, I know. Oh no, don't categorize me. But I'm just thinking like, okay, if I came in here, I don't really wear makeup, but maybe I'm new to makeup and I'm biracial and I work from home, but like sometimes go out. So I want makeup for that. Maybe there are people that are on screen and they, have to wear makeup all the time and they need to know what types of makeup work for like screen and heat and like lights. I want to know if you do cosplay. I want to know if you're going to like SantaCon type events. I want to that I don't know, that could be like an identifier you choose or whatever. It could be multi-select, but that's helpful to me because Natush and Bryn Tapon, I want to know, like, are you guys just wearing makeup? Are you influencers? Are you like doing tutorials? Do you wear this every day? That's what I would want to know. So I know who to like follow.
Yes. Yeah, totally. And I'm with you. Like, I don't wear a ton of makeup, but I would love to see like what's everybody's like 5 things that like they have to have in the beauty lineup. Cause like I still use products. I just don't like, so yeah, I really feel like if they had a little bit more of an intake form, they could help segment the audience a little bit more and make it easier to find the info. Yeah. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, we'll wrap it there. Thank you all for joining us and hope to see you on our next episode. Bye.
Thank you both. Bye.